Hello guys, so today's video I wanted to do was related to my Dragon Link video, which I will have the combo the combo and the test hands video. I will have that ready, but before I do that, I just wanted to quickly go over the side deck that I had. And all things considered, this is a very budget-friendly side deck. It doesn't involve crazy stuff like Nibiru, Infinite Impermanence, or any of the Ghost Girls. Um, Technically, you could have 3 effect veilers in here because I think you can get the supers or the ultras for like maybe $2 or $3 a card. So technically, that's a pretty good deal. Intercept Tomato is not part of this. I don't actually know why I put him there. He just is there. Um, you know what? Technically, you can have him in there. He does nothing. He's just a good quick effect from the hand. So why not? Um, Before I get into this though, before I spoil any of the cards that were in here, I wanted to go over the origins of me building my Dragon Link deck. So we've got a lot of stuff in here to that shouldn't be in there. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff. A lot of it came from the why am I struggling with my words today? A lot of this came from the Rocket Revolt structure deck. Like these are just kind of like stuff that I had laying around in my overflow box. So stuff like Garmides, Speed Burst, Anest Rocket, Auto Rocket, Shell Rocket, Link Turret, Imperial Order, 3 copies of Regenerator of all things, Boral. You know what? I'll leave these. Hold on. Any of these ones, yeah. But like Mass Dragon, Hardened Armed, Ranrier Sniffer, Vice, Crusadia Draco, Link Wall, Red Eyes. Like, it's just, I had genuinely no idea how this deck was supposed to be made. But yeah, this is, so these, technically these alone could make a side deck, especially the monsters. So Speed Burst, Anest Rocket, Auto Rocket, and Shell Rocket. Boral Regenerator, I'm not too sure if you'd want to. You totally can. Link Turret, I think I don't think it's worth running, especially as a continuous trap. Execute Protocols, it seems useful, but in all honesty, you won't really be relying on that. Cooling seems pretty decent. To tribute a rocket monster, target a Boral Link monster, equip it with this card. Once per turn, you can target a monster you control cannot be destroyed by battle or target phase as a quick effect. And then obviously Imperial Order, because that also came with the structure deck. But yeah, let me go over the actual extra deck. So let me just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, so Intercept Tomatoes out. Just let me quickly read. This is a quick effect, but during your opponent's turn, banish this card from your graveyard. Any effect damage you take becomes your. Oh, yeah, this is. Unless you know the deck you're going up against actually relies on effect damage, which is like any burn deck, this isn't. No. So that's out. Just quickly going through what is in the deck, the side deck right now. I'm just getting rid of 2 things right off the bat because I know these aren't really any good. Okay. I'll say it right now. I'm getting rid of Hot Red Dragon Archfiend King Calamity and Mini Boral. Like, these 2 are not. Hot Red is a decent card to have, especially considering I do run synchros, but this isn't worth the effort to bring it out, especially because it's 2 tuners. More often than not, you'll be bringing it out with a Rocket Tracer and Rocket Synchron. So level 1, level 2, level 5, but you still need a Dark Dragon Synchro monster, which there are exactly 2 of, and they're both level 8. So this is, it's nothing. And then, so Mini Boral is a decent Link 2 in theory, but you'd rather be running Quad Boral or Delingerous or literally anything that isn't this. So that's those out of the way. So let me go over the main deck, just to kind of start. So in terms of monsters, again, no Ghost Girls, no Hand Traps or Nibiru, Infinite Impermanence, stuff like that. Like I don't want to call this a budget either, but in terms of the rarities and like how I don't think any of these cards are more than $1 or two, so you should be okay. So 2 copies of Parallel Exceed for the Link Summoning. This is a Wind Cybers, so it literally goes against the entire Dragon Link because this isn't a Dark or a Dragon. But honestly, to have an easy special summonable level 8 that turns into a level 4 to another level 4, one in the deck, I'd say 2 is a perfectly good, like a respectable amount to have. 1 copy of Pankratops. Again, if your opponent controls more monsters than you, special summon it. Again, an Earth Dinosaur doesn't really fit the theme of Dark Dragons, but I still think it's just a worthwhile wall, especially at 2600. So for the spells and traps, so I'll just go over the traps first. Mirror Force and Magic Cylinder. These are literally the ones that came from the structure deck. Same with, actually technically I can put Imperial Order here as well, because it's the same effect really. But yeah, so those. So the 3 spells. So I break it down. 3 monsters, 3 spells, 3 traps, and then 5 extra deck. But I'll go over those. So we start with Boral Supplier. So during each standby phase, if you control a Boral Link monster, which is all honestly, it's only going to be Boral Load, because you don't run Boral Sword in my variant, only because it's a pretty expensive card. I think the most expensive I run is Boral Load Savage. So anyway, if you control the said Link monster, target a rocket monster in your graveyard, special summon it to destroy it during the end phase. I see no reason why I shouldn't run this in the main deck, but you know, there are other cards already that kind of do a good job at it. And now the surprising things. I run Super Poly and Rapid Trigger. So Rapid Trigger, yeah, quick play fusion spells. Super Poly is pretty self-explanatory, and Rapid Trigger, only lets you attack monsters special summon from the extra deck, but it's unaffected by effects from monsters from the extra activated effects, not continuous. But let me. Okay, so I'll go over the link because again, this is Dragon Link. So I'll go over the specific card that this is replacing. In particular, this one is going to be replacing Dragoonity Knight Romulus, but this is Twin Triangle Dragon. So 2 level 4 or lower dragon monsters accept tokens. When this card is link summoned, pay 500 life points. Target a level 5 higher monster in your graveyard. Special summon it to a zone this card points to. Cannot attack and has its effect negated. So you can easily link climb into Triple Burst or anything else that might be on the field at that time. We have Booster Dragon, another link too. This is the other version that wasn't Mini Boral, so it's not this one. But yeah. Once per turn, target another face-up monster. It gains 500 attack and defense. Your opponent cannot activate cards or effects in response to this effect, which is weird. It's a spell speed 4, but it's on an effect like that. I think Boral Load has the exact same thing. If it's destroyed by battle or card effects, target another dragon monster in your graveyard and special summon it. So that one is good, so you can You can recur stuff like Boral Load Savage, pretty much any of the dragons that I run in the Link deck just for a refund. This was purely for fun, but because it's Dragon Link, this literally would have never gone off unless you replaced something like, if you replace Unchained Abomination, there was a chance this would have gone off. But Firewall Dragon Dark Fluid. So in this card's case, the problem is for its counter effect. There was literally nothing that it would have had to go off of. Like I don't run any Cybers, Fusion, Synchro, or Xyz. In fact, I don't even run any of those in the deck as it is. And then no rituals. I like the card. I think it's fantastic. I just don't think it's worthwhile. So these next 2 cards. So one is the reason that I run the 2 cards, Super Poly and Rapid Trigger, and the other one is purely a tech choice because the deck is full of level 4 Dark Dragons. So sorry about that. We've got the 2 other Borreload extra decks. Borreload X Charge and Borreload Furious. So Borreload Furious came from the structure deck, X Charge is from the Megatin. Yeah, both require 2 Dark Dragons, 2 level 4 Dark Dragons, which is very easy. This is the reason that you run Super Poly or what's it called? Rapid Trigger, right? Yeah. That's the only reason you would run those cards is in order to bring this guy out because, let's see, quick effect, you can target one monster you control and one card your opponent controls, destroy them, banish this card from the graveyard, target a Dark Link monster in your graveyard, special summon it, but cannot activate its effects per turn. So that's a really good, that's just a really good floating effect to have, I'd say. Like, I'd argue this is a good card to run in the deck as it is, but because of the way that the deck works and the way that Dragon Link combo is, you don't really get a chance. I was considering swapping out Beals or Draco Berserker in order to run him. That's to be seen. I mean, that's why it's in the side deck, right? So that's to be seen. And last one would be Borload X Charge. Neither player can target this XC summon card effect with monster effect except its own, and once per turn detach a material, target a face-up monster on the field. It loses 600 attack and defense, and special summon a Boral monster from your graveyard, banish it during the end phase, and cannot special summon other monsters or attack directly. So you can bring back a Borload Savage. You can bring back the regular Borload that I run in the deck. I would argue that you shouldn't run this unless you know that the card can stay on the field, keep its materials for other reasons. I it's a good card. I just don't think it combos well with the rest of the deck. Like Borload Furious, absolutely. I think that's worth running. That's why it's in the side. Twin Triangle, and Booster, yes. Dark Fluid, I might have to get rid of honestly in the side deck, but I'll need to look into what else. But yeah, that's really it. So as you can see, that's a really big stack for cards that aren't actually making the extra deck. The actual extra deck, it's it's there, and then there you go. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching.